I got stuck petting my dog downstairs, so I am running a little bit behind with things being set up. So, let's fix the cameras. No, go away, evil cable. Go away. Nobody likes you. Thank you. Be gone, evil camera. Evil cable. So, where's my ring? There's my ring. There's my watch. Okie dokie. So, let's check the other camera. Alright, we'll reposition that one. Alright, up there. You're probably good. So, normally on these weekend streams, I've been playing Necromunda. But it occurred to me I haven't done a... Hello! I haven't done a hobby stream in a while. Done a lot of unboxings, and I've played a lot of Necromunda. But I haven't done an actual, like, hello, hobby stream in a while. So, I figured I would do that today. I thought that might be pretty fun. Because I have been trying to figure out my tyranids again. So I love my tyranids. They're one of my favorite things. But I've always had trouble with them. I actually really like this paint scheme. I probably have something like 2 or 3 dozen different gene sealers in a box over there. Like in a pile. Just thrown in a pile. Because I paint them as test models. And then I'm like, fuck, I hate this. And it goes in the pile. It's also why I have a giant bottle of LA's Totally Awesome behind me. Because eventually I'm going to just dump them all in there. And that should handle that. But I've got my sisters in the back here, all painted up. That's the last of my sisters that never painted. Need to get this one on its base. And then my whole sisters forest is painted up. So they're all painted. They just need washes and bases. Excuse me. So they're all painted up. They just need washes and bases. My big hobby goal was to get them all 100% done before Dominion comes out. That's like my big hobby goals, to make sure that gets done. I want to make sure all my sisters are done, painted, based, protected, everything before next weekend, basically. Before the July 4th weekend. And that's my goal with them. And intermittently mixed into that, I've been building a bunch of tyranids just because I love the tyranids and I have a fucking shit ton of them, and they are my greatest hobby failure because I've never been able to get a color scheme that I like for them. Just never have. So there they are. Here's Toxicrene my husband bought me this week. We had some really shitty news at work, so we well, I did a video that day unboxing stuff that my husband bought me. But yeah, so there's my Toxicrene. I don't like how this guy's arms go. They're really, really wide over his base. Like, it's pretty crazy. So I'm probably gonna like reposition them something like this. Like that or something, so that they fit a little bit better over the base, but work on that later. And then we have our Carnifex, who I had to swap bases on because when I posted him on Instagram, he was on the wrong base. But his waist is magnetized, just for fun. There's no real game benefit to that. And I want to do some customization on his head still, because I don't like this default head. This is the default extra sensor head, and I don't really like it. I went with it because I like the multiple eyes, but I don't like these antenna things. So, and then he's got his little DAC effects arms, his little hands holding his guns, and they're in case I want to swap him to a different kind of DAC effects, I magnetize his arms. I don't super like magnetizing the arms of tyranids because I feel like you get better poses when you don't. But I also don't want to have to buy like DAC effects are like $40 a model, or card effects are like $40 a model or something fucking stupid. So I really don't want to buy a different card effect just because I want a different like gun loadout. So I magnetize them, although I have been magnetizing a lot of them. What else do we have? We've got this big sexy dragon from the starter set without a head. I'm planning on probably doing like clear gel, like coming up the head, and then like plunking a skull in it. So think like Ghost Rider, but out of blood. That's my plan for these guys. And I really like the idea of like something horrible like that mixed with, you know, the super paladin-y looking good guy armor. You know what I mean? I really like that idea. So I built up I built up the big dragon, one because I just wanted to build the dragon because this fucking dragon is cool. And then I built up a bunch of these liberators. Again, without the head. This is just one set of them. I built these just to test that out. So I'm going to prime them later today, and then I'll try doing like my Blood Knight idea for their heads later. And then I built up some of these guys while I was on the phone with a friend, just because they are really easy to build. So I just slapped them together while I was bullshitting with a friend because they were nice and easy to go together. And that's pretty much everything from the stuff on Wednesday that I showed off. But today I figured, you know, we would do some more hobby stuff because I haven't done that in a while. Because back during COVID, I was streaming twice a week. So I would stream Wednesday, and then I'd try to stream a game on the weekend. But I don't know. I kind of wanted to bullshit a little. Because there's been a bunch of hobby Warhammer stuff that happened. Oh, I've got these two, and I love these. These are the best thing. These, like, Griffin dogs. Oh my god. I was over playing at my local store, and I like to buy something from the local store. If I go and play for like more than an hour or something, I usually like to buy something. It's usually something little, right? So they had this box. There's a bunch more over on the table, but I just grabbed a couple of them. And this box of like Griffin dogs, it was like $20 or something. So I was like, hell yeah, I'll pick that up. Apparently these are a Stormcast thing. So now that I'm going to have Stormcast when Dominion comes out, I'm going to have some cool Griffin dogs for them. And I thought it would be fun to maybe actually theme my whole like incoming Stormcast army around the mounts and the animals, and I thought that might be pretty cool. Anyway, all right, let's open up our box of Tyranids. So we're going to work on two things today while we bullshit. We're going to go to the bag of Tyranid bits. We're going to go to the box of Tyranid bits, not to be confused with the box of Tyranids, which is behind me. It's mostly filled with half-painted things that make me sad, but we'll fix them and we'll make them good. I've got faith in us. Swap to the other cam. My cameras are like in a weird. I feel like I should like do this maybe. Maybe that's better. I don't know. Maybe I should do this. Maybe, I don't know. Let me move the paints. These all go in the rack, but these I redid my racks, so I actually know where everything is now. They're actually all color coded. I'm really happy with myself for that actually. But for right now, these are the colors I have out. I need to put them away. But for right now, they'll do. You don't need to sit here and watch me put paints away. Alright, so I want to build the other card effects. Yeah, I love the Griffin dogs. I think they're great. So, I want to build the other card effects. So let me pull some of these bits out from the top of the box here. Because a bunch of these are Carnifex bits. So like these are the alternate guns to run for the deck effects. Which, these guns are just better than the other ones, but they're less shots. So, these are big claws from one of the big Gribbly mouth monster. I thought I might use those on the Carnifex. And then I made up all the Carnifex heads just to try them all out. So here's the Screamer Killer head, where he's got like this like weird vagina mouth, which I think is also a gun. And you've got the one with the big tusks. And then we've got the one with the ball Chinian one there with his big old lovely phallic tongue. So yeah, pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. So I built those up, sort of just for the fun of it. Oh, an old One Eye's floating around in here too somewhere. I built him as well. Let me pull the rest. These are the rest of the alternate deck effects gun arms. Throw them out of the way. Okay, what is this? This is runner bits from our Venom Thrope, in case we wanted to build a Malosceptor instead. Alright, this is what we need. This is a Carnifex, pretty much. This is the pieces that we need for him. Not counting weapons and stuff, so we'll build that first, and then we'll go from there. Alright. A lot of crap up there. So, you can see all the space on this sprue. Carnifex is an old fucking model, man. It's an old model. It's still a great model. I love how they look. They're a little like bent over and squat, just because models in the game at that time were just smaller, just flat out smaller. But you know, just like with the other one that I showed off, I can fix that with magnets. So, all right, so let's cut our Carnifex out. We'll Man, it has not been my week. Sorry, my brain is still processing that. Okay. Well, those are gonna have to go over there now, and we're gonna swap over to the Tamiya nippers. Wow, that's the, you know what, that's the kind of week it is. Like, just right there. That just perfectly summed up the fucking week right there. Man, it's, yeah. Oh, so much work drama. Family going into hospice. And my dad was in the hospital, and my fucking nippers broke. This aren't in the same caliber, but still, like, Jesus Christ, man. Come on. What did I do to deserve this? Come on. I think I'm good, right? Come on. Oh. Anyway. Moving over to the Tamiya nippers to nip out these parts instead. Oh. Avoiding mental breakdown. That's what models are for. Okay, there we go. We got the base pieces. We're going to need some of these shell pieces eventually. Fuck it. Let's just clip them out now so I can throw this runner away. But yeah. Anyway, I totally lost track of what I was saying because my nippers just broke. Yeah. Okay. Trying to regain some mental stability. Yeah. It's been that kind of week, man. Alright, yeah, so this is the Carnifex is a super old model. You can see how much space is on the runner between all the parts. It's like crazy old. Still an awesome model though. It's just a little short, but we're gonna fix that with magnets the way I did the other one. So it'll be okay. Alright, so there's an empty runner. We can throw that away now. It goes in the trash can. And now we just clean up our bits and then we'll get them glued in. The fit for some of these is a little rough just because of the age of this model. Just because this model is like ancient. So fit form's a little rough, but it's all good. And we're gonna have lots and lots and lots of mold line cleanup just because of the age of the model. The newer kits have way less mold lines than these. But we'll get him assembled and then we'll do some of that as we go on. Okay. Let me clean the mold lines up on the tail because they're going to bug me otherwise. Yeah, so this is just me using the back of a razor blade to just round the mold lines down. My goal, you're still going to be able to see them because I'm removing something, right? So it's probably not going to look like I'm doing a ton on the camera. But my goal is to get rid of the feel of them. Because when I do that, that means that the paint won't stick to them. So, and you won't have a line there. This is way less of a thing to worry about in newer models than it is in these older ones. So, go. And we got one here on the bottom of the tail as well. Just going over it nice and quick. They sell like a $30 tool for this, but literally it's just the back of a razor blade with a handle. That's all it is. All right. So, when I magnetize things, I generally don't like the magnets to be exposed. So normally I would put the magnet inside this cap, right? And then I would go clunk like that. However, because of the weight of the connection for the Carnifex here, I want the magnets to touch because they'll have a stronger bond. And plus that way I can use the magnets to add height. So like this top magnet here, it's actually not glued on. So if I wanted the Carnifex to be shorter, right, I could do that, and then he's like a normal size Carnifex. That's the normal Carnifex proportions. Or I can give him a little bit more height, a little bit more girth there. So I like having that control over it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the cap on this. I'm going to cut the little nipple off because we don't need it. Be gone! I'm like a bad TV censor. Be gone, nipple, be gone! And we are going to put our glue here. Just like that. And we're going to glue our cap on like that. Why did I remove the nipple? Because the nipple's for increasing the surface area for the glue between the two bodies, but we're not going to need it because we're going to replace the nipple with a magnet basically. So there we go. That'll sit in glue for a minute while we clean up the legs. So again, we got some mold lines and clean up. Oh man, what a day. I'm so happy I took tomorrow off. Anyway, yeah, so this guy's feet, they don't super connect amazingly well to the base, which is really frustrating. So I'm going to be putting this in here like that, right? So that's going to be going in there, and then this one's going to be going in here like this, and it should produce this really nice fit, but it doesn't because they're little. The way the pegs work in there is like they're kind of wobbly. So I'm only going to put them on right before I put them on the base. Why did I mention that when I'm literally about to add him to the base? God damn it. Yeah, my brain is go. Sorry, my nipper's breaking, like totally fried my brain today. Alright, so let me clean this connection up. We can get to be a little tighter. There we go. You know what? Maybe we'll actually repose the legs a little bit. Give them a little bit more of like a big haka stance. I like that idea. It's not a bad idea. We'll be back to you. Tyranid box of parts. Alright, so let's look at this. So normally they go in like this, right? But they're a little like straightforward. Like that. So if I just to work them out a little bit like that might be cool. That might give them a really cool kind of like sumo master kind of stance. I actually like that a lot. Just get a little bend out there. All right, so how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to cut down the peg so that we have control over it. There will still be enough plastic connection to form a nice tight connection. So we're not going to have to worry about that. So now that I cut that down, I can wiggle it, see, like that in the socket, which is what I want to do. So just going to keep doing that until I have enough wiggle room till I can get it into a pose that I want it to. So like that and like that. See, we still have a lot of connection there, and we'll be filling this in with green stuff too, which is going to help. So like that, give him a little bit different of a pose. I think that's pretty cool. We'll try gluing one of those on and see how it works. If it doesn't work well, we can just shove it in and it'll be fine. Giggity. All right. Let's try to repose him a little bit. There we go. Alright, we're gonna just let that set. And then we'll do the other side. While we'll do that, we'll wait for the body to glow. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to put him like that. We'll check it in a minute or two. Alright, so the body. The body is a really weird thing because it connects onto itself down here, right? And it doesn't connect perfectly. You can see how wiggly it is there. And the shell sort of clips in, but the shell also doesn't sit perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the shell to one side and then attach the body to the other. And we're going to wiggle and jiggle it all together and try to get the best seating we can with what we've got. Which is a little, this model doesn't sit perfectly together because it's a pretty old model. And then while we let that glue, there we go. We're going to look at some of the bits and bobs for it. Okay, and we'll go ahead and we'll put glue on this side here so that we can touch the other piece to it. So my idea for this card effects is he's pretty much going to be like a melee guy. And I don't know if I'm going to magnetize his arms or not. But my thought for him is that he's going to be melee. Like almost exclusively. I like that idea. And then I've got one that's like exclusive shooting. and exclusive melee. Oh, yeah, Brian, fancy watch. Brian got me a fancy watch. Is it actually running? It might have stopped because it ran out of battery. I'm not sure. We'll see. But that just means I need to set it again. It's one of these, like, it doesn't actually have a battery. It, like, sets its battery from your body motions thing, which is really cool. But it means that, like, you know, I took it off last night after wearing it all day, and it might have run out of juice. I gotta check. Okay, so here we go. Just trying to, like, get rid of those seams a little bit, right? So, trying to get some fits. The seam in there in the neck, that doesn't matter. This one here on the top of the shell, that one is going to matter, right? We're going to have to fill that one. The one here in the back of the shell, we're going to have to fill that as well. So I'm just going to hit with a little bit of glue, and we'll see what it does. It might be a little bit too big for that. We might have to use green stuff. But isn't that going to mess up the surface of the model perfect? Yes, but as long as that's not too much, you'll never see it, honestly. Like, you won't see it. Okay. So there we go. So he's going to sit and wait, and we're going to look at some other parts that he can have. Okay. So he can have this spiky shell. So each of the Carnifex's parts are, like, technically kind of lining up with, like, a war gear option they have. One of the things when I build models that I don't worry about is war gear. If a guy has a pistol, I don't care if he actually has it on him. The only WYSIWYG parts I worry about are the actual things, like, in their hands, right? So if your guy has a flamethrower, I want him to have a flamethrower. I don't care if he has grenades actually on the model, or a pistol, or, you know, things like that. If there's special units in the unit, like a guy with a banner or a guy with a radio or something like that, I want them to have that. Kitty cats are fighting outside, apparently. But if there is, you know, something like, oh, this guy has a spine shell, I don't care about that. I'm not going to magnetize that. I don't care about the WYSIWYG there. I can just say, oh, this guy's got a spine shell. But yeah, so these are, in my opinion, all cosmetic options. Although technically, if you want to build one with, you know, this one has spine shell, this one has enhanced senses, this one has acid ball or whatever, you could actually have model parts to match all of those. But I don't care. I want to build the one that I think looks cool. So we've got the spine shell. I put this on this guy, because in my brain, like, these all, like, shoot out, like the howling birds from Mandalorian or whatever. Like, that's what I imagine them doing, like kind of thing. So I put that on this guy because I thought it looked cool. So we're not going to put the spine shell on this guy. I don't like this one. It's just got these weird holes in it. I think that's weird, and I think it would paint up weird because I don't know what color to paint the holes. So we're not going to do the holes one. So we're just going to do the standard one, and then we'll probably put some spines and some blades and stuff all down it. So we're just going to do the standard one. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue that on right now because no point in waiting for it since we know which one we already want. There we go. All right. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I was so happy to find a Carnifex model on Island. I actually found it at Westside Comics and Games. I picked up one of the little white boxes just because I was just looking at every box because I was freaking out that day. I picked up one of the white boxes because I don't normally look at these because, like, they're stupid and they don't have pictures of the models on them. And I was like, Carnifex Brood? Oh, yeah! So I grabbed that and the Toxic Green. And then, yeah, my husband grabbed more shit for me because he's awesome. Because he's the best. There we go. Alright, so that's just gluing it all up. That's going to be his body right there. So, let's see what else we got that I already pulled out. We got some head bits. I like this one with the tusks a lot. I also like the one with the really phallic tongue. I think that's a fun combo. I might actually try to add the tusks to the one with the phallic tongue and make like a double one. I think that might be kind of cool. I also like the one with the vagina mouth. So apparently a cat war going on out front. So what I'm actually thinking about doing is the vagina mouth is actually a different gun. So I'm actually debating magnetizing the heads in. So it swaps in and out. Okay. So let's see what else we got. Let's go to the runner. To the window! To the wall! Alright, so we got some big claws. And we've got some Bladey McBlade blades here. There's a Bladey McBlade blade for the tail that we might put on there because that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's cut out some of these Bladey McBlade blades. And we'll put them on the model because having some blades on the carapace sounds pretty rad. So it looks like we've got 4 of these little ones and then 2 of the big ones, but I also have duplicates of these from the other runner. So I don't know if you guys can hear the cats fighting outside, but we have a neighborhood cat who's a very sweetie to everyone else but the other neighborhood cats. His name is Captain. Alright. Woo. Kind of broke it. You're like, why are you bothering? That's such a little change. But little changes are important to me, so. There we go. So that's how it's supposed to fit. I want it to be... Problem is when I move that one in, it goes like that. So I might actually just hard attach this one and have the other one be slightly off pose. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Because when I open this one up into more of like a haka stance, it brings the leg further in. I don't really like that. There we go. Oh, man, come on. Come on, man. Come on. Had a hard enough day. Give me a break. Unlike my nippers. Hey-o. There we go. So we're just going to glue those up. Nice and easy. And then we're going to let him sit for a minute, and then we'll be back to put him on the base. Okay. There's our phallic dick tongue. Here's our shell. Alright, so we've got this big cool blade. I don't know where we're going to put that yet. We're going to wait on that. We've got these big ones here. So these, I think, are technically supposed to like fit in like that or something, or like on the ridges. I don't know. I haven't really played with these yet. But I think that if we did that, it would work pretty well. So like bing there and then bing there. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of small. Say like, it's like boop, boop. And then we'll put the bigger ones up there. Oh, stop, thank you. We'll put the bigger ones up here like this. And then you'll have like all these cool spines on the outside. Or we could do them on the inside like this, but I think they make more sense if they're on the outside. So, alright, let's clean each one of these up and we'll try attaching a couple of them. See how they go. So we need to clean up one for each shell segment. Like that. Like that. Wonder if I can put that other one on the head. big one there. Alright, so I'm going to put some glue here and there, like that. I'm going to try attaching it in, just like that. Yeah. So, just like that. So he'll have some cool spines there. I'm going to keep that going down. We're going to do one side, let it sit, and then we'll do the other side. So, just like that. Just a neat little bit of extra bladage. I think it'll look pretty cool. Yeah, I've got a bunch of like little arms and stuff I think I want to put on this guy too. Make him extra freaky. Alright, yeah. So they'll go down the side like that. See that there. Alright, so we're gonna let this side dry and then we'll do the other side. Let's investigate this big claw here. But yeah, we got Dominion coming next week, which is pretty exciting. Looking forward to it. Oh, this can go on the head. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's the shit right there. Oh, I like that. That's cool. Yeah, that's super cool. See that there? I like that. That's cool. That's cool. So if we did the dick mouth and then cut these tusks off it and put them like on the sides of the dick mouth like that, I think that would be a boss. I think that would be the best way to go. So I think that would be pretty sweet. Alright, how are our legs doing? Pretty good. Alright, let's get them on the base. There we go. So he'll have a slightly different pose from his other buddy here, which is good. And just gonna hold that for a minute. I am building carnifexes today for my tyranids, who I love to pieces, but they are my greatest hobby failure because I have never been able to come up with a paint scheme I like. So we're doing a little bit of customization on him, adding some like bits and bobs there, and we're about to cut apart a Tyranid head. Do I want to use the one that's already assembled? Probably not. I'll probably use the one that's already cut, the one that's still in halves, because it'll be easier to cut them apart. There we go. Just like that. All right. So what we want to do is we want this tusk piece here. So I'm just gonna be super cheeky. We're gonna try it on one of the sides. We're gonna remove it just like that. Cut that straight off. And we're gonna come over here to our mouth with the dick tongue, and we're gonna see what, how we can get it to fit, right? Because like that's the desire right there, right? Having that tusk. And honestly, I'm gonna be super honest. If I round this down and just hit it with a little green stuff, I think it's just gonna fit perfect. So just gonna round it down a little, take the edge off of it. That's all we really want to do there. Just like that, and then whoop. Yeah, I think if I throw a little bit of green stuff on that, that's gonna be perfect as is. Alright, so we'll use the dick tongue mouth because I think it's cool. And we'll go ahead and we'll give him his spine on the front there. So he's got his little Gundam antenna. Just like that. No! You have to have a big horn on the front of you because you need to be as phallic as possible. There we go. There we go. Just like that. And then we'll mix up a little green stuff. And we'll get his tusk to go on. I love this discount brand green stuff because you get like 20 feet of it for like $10. But it also kind of melts in the container and it's really obnoxious. So, alright, here we go. Alright, we got our green stuff. Got to get it out of the packaging because it's still in its like little condom. There we go, just like that. And like always with working with green stuff, make sure your fingers are wet, otherwise it's going to stick to you. If your fingers are wet, it's not going to stick to you. Same thing with your tools. Either use silicone tools or wet your tools beforehand, otherwise they will stick. Boop. Yeah, alright. I've been watching one of my favorite streamers do Sea of Thieves, so pirate music is in my head because of that. So I apologize for me poorly singing the Pirates of the Caribbean tune there. Alright. So, we're just going to stick that down like that. Right? That's what he's going to look like. It's a little complex, but I like it. Right? It shows that he's got a lot going on. I think that's pretty sweet. Alright, now I'm going to... Don't lick your knives, kids, but I just licked my knife. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to pad that in, right? And fill in the gaps and get it to be nice and even, right? These guys aren't perfectly smooth everywhere, so if it's a little screwed up, it's okay. But we don't want any really big, crazy, choppy parts. You can see there's very clearly a lip there we want to get rid of. Alright, so we're just going to slowly work our way around the model, just like that. Just like that. See? Oh no. Wow, that's what he's going to look like. Which was pretty sweet. And it's nice that he's, you know, it's fun to give him a unique head. I think that's fun. Just from a, like, from a like character in my model army kind of way. I think it's cool to give him like a unique piece that, you know, other people won't have on their models when they set their Carnifexes down the table. You know, that's something that's kind of important to me, just as a modeler. There we go. Just gonna lick that again. There we go. So he's gonna have big tusks, the head blade, and his big old dick tongue. Just pretty sweet. Alright, so that's that one. He can go back in the box. Or I can totally throw him off the desk into the corner of nothingness. And now we're going to clip the other tusk out. There we go. Now we're going to round it down. Alright? So the less of a lip we have, the better. Makes it easier to get the green stuff looking good when we have less of a lip. we go. And that one's just going to go just on the other side. If I can stop dropping it, that is. Right? It's just going to go just on the other side, just like that. And he'll be super badass looking. Here we go. Alright. And we'll go ahead and we'll globe that in like that. Blurp. I'm going to try to get the angle for the two tusks the same. As similar as we can get it, I guess. Whoa. Alright, now we're going to, we have a lot of extra green stuff here, so we're going to have to pull some of it off. But it's okay. Again, lots and lots and lots of way too much green stuff there, so we'll pull some off. And then we'll pull some more off, just like that. Just like that. And we'll just touch that up. Sorry for keep bumping it. I'm trying to hold him close to the camera so you guys can see me sort of like patting out the green stuff, right? Because all I'm trying to do is just smooth it out into the connection, right? So if you do that, you're pretty much not going to worry about it. Minus the fact I totally covered up his teeth here with it, so we're going to have to get that out of there. So just pulling out my screw up there, trying to get all the green stuff off of there, trying to get all the green stuff off of here. Yeah, screwed that up pretty good. Story of my life. It's all good. We'll figure it out as we go. Here we go. There we go. And then I'll fix this in place with glue after she dries. Right now you can see I can still very easily wiggle it around. It's going to be that way for a while until the green stuff's fully dry. And then we'll fix her with glue. You can see I screwed that up there, but it's okay. Just trying to fix my mess up. There we go. We got the teeth back. You can see them again, which is awesome. And there we go. Round that down a little bit. Fill in those gaps a little bit. Make it nice and soft. Nice and soft and smooth. There we go. So there's going to be our custom head for this Carnifex, which is pretty sweet. So he'll have this cool blade there in the middle. So you're gonna wiggle over a little. He'll have the big acid maw with his dick tongue, and then he'll have the tusks as well. So he should have a nice unique head for when he goes onto the body like that, and he should look ready for combat. Alright, so I'm going to put him just here. No. So I don't have any blue tack. What I do have, that I have mixed up, is green stuff. Oh, you guys can't see that. You're not on screen. Okay, not on screen. Green stuff. Because I don't want him to lay on either of the sides and push either tusk in. So, there you go. So he's just gonna stare at the sky there. Green stuff straight up and down. Alright, now we got some more green stuff here. Okay, now we've got these blades. So let's do the blades on the other side as well. Alright, so we've got 2 little ones, 1 big one. I think we already trimmed these up earlier, which is nice. But yeah, I like to do little custom things, right? Like I don't intend to do like a ton on this guy of custom work like some of my other kit bashes, but I want him to have something, right? Like I want him to, you know, to have something to be like, this is my Carnifex. You know, like there are many like it, but this one is mine, kind of thing. Even if it's something as simple as, you know, oh, I'm going to give this head extra claws or whatever, right? Like something so that when people see it, they're like, oh yeah, that's, you know, Josh's Carnifex or whatever, right? Because these are going to have the color, so there's going to be some of that, but I also want him to have something that makes him unique. It's one of the reasons why I like this kind of kit bashing and stuff like that so much. Is it lets you add a little bit more personality to your models and define them as yours. You know, like I'm sure someone else on the internet has already done that. You know, has added the fangs to the tusks to the Asimov head. I'm sure someone's already done that. They've probably done a way better job than I did, but you know, this is helping me define it as my model. There we go. We'll let that dry. Let's see what else we got. So they must still be in the box. Alright. Let's see what we got. That's a dead Marine. I don't give a shit about that. I actually don't like putting like victory pieces on the bases from certain factions. I'm not a big fan of it. Alright, so we're going to put those off to the side. Here we go. So these are the weapon options. So things like barbed stranglers, things like the venom cannon. I don't know 100% how I want this guy to be equipped, but I know that I want these armor plates because they're really cool. And they're just like a nice spiky. Yeah, it's the little things, you know. It's putting little details here, a tiny bit of scribing there, right? Like, you know, it's weird little stuff like that that lets you sort of be like, yeah, this is my model, you know, and you sort of like you connect with it a little bit more. And I think that's super important from like a hobbyist perspective. Because I think far too often people are just like, oh, these are my fire warriors or whatever, right? They just like throw them in a box, and you know they don't really connect with them in a way that gives them like life. And I think that that's a lot of the value of hobbying. Is that kind of connection, like connecting sort of like with your toys. I think it's really cool, and I think it's something that a lot of people miss out on, unfortunately. Alright. So right there, Just gave him some spiky hips because that should look pretty cool. All right, so we'll have sort of the spikes going down the back there, and then they'll connect up with those spiky hips right there, right, and sort of just keep that going. So he'll be like that, right there, and we'll just have that montage of the spiky bits sort of going all the way down. Now, one of the weapon options he can have are these sort of like big scythe blade arms, which are pretty cool. They're pretty sweet. He can also have these claws, which are right here. Right, they're a little dinky, and I have these like bigger batter claws, which are pretty sweet. It's like big tough man claw. Clink, 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 clink. It's pretty cool. I like that. Or you can have some guns. So we're gonna clip one of the guns out. Actually, I'm gonna check what time it is. Oh man, we're running out of time. Oh man, I've been streaming for so long. Damn. Oh, we're not gonna bother looking at the guns then, because I only have a little bit longer to stream for. So let's see. So this guy needs to set some more before I can drill the magnets into him. So let's see if there's anything else I want to do just quickly to customize this guy. Alright, so he's going to sit a little bit higher than that. Right, but that's going to be sort of the finished idea right there. Whoa, that's going to be sort of the finished idea. Just like that. Or more a little bit like that. I've got some little like feeder arms that I think are really neat. We're going to take a glance at real quick. So this runner comes with these little like extra little arms here, which I think are pretty cool. Take a look at those. I know there's a set of them. Yeah, there we go. I think regardless of what weapon set I give him, I think these might be pretty cool in there. To put like in the chest area. Or really, these would have been cool to put on the head too. Like that. Oh man, that would have been so sweet. Oh, look at that. That's fucking the hotness. Why didn't I think of that? God damn. Oh well. He's got this head instead. But yeah, I was thinking maybe like putting them like right here and having them be like feeder hands might be pretty cool, right? And they're just basically just gonna just straight glue there, no problem at all. The thing I want to see is if they would get in the way. So these arms are like up here, right? And this would be the feeder arms, like down here. That might be pretty cool, actually. Especially if I put them like right there. Yeah, let's clean those up and let's add those because I think that's pretty sweet. And then we'll go ahead and call it after that. Just gonna clean up the nubs real quick. Everything can have sub arms. All right, sub arms are great. There's not a single thing out there that can't have sub arms. They don't always hold lightsaber or beam sabers, but everything can have sub arms. I'll just hold those as they attach. Alright, and then that's gonna end up looking like that. Plus, plus like a blade arm, like trying to do it so I'm not in the way, but end up looking like that, which I think is pretty sweet. And I think he'll be a pretty boss looking model when we're done. Alright, let me pull this out of here, because I might actually magnetize his head in there, but either way I don't want it, I don't want it green stuffed in there. So, let me pull it out. Alright, let's attach this group of sub-arms real quick. And then I will go ahead and I will call it. I think the sub-arms actually add a lot. I think they're really cool. These are little modifications to our standard Tyranid model, just to make him our own. Just to give him that love and show that we care. Right. There it is. Oh, there it is. Pretty sweet. Alright. So we modified the leg a little bit to change the pose. We added the armor there on the hips. We added the spines, which are a thing from the box though. And then we gave him the little sub-arms there. And then we did our custom work on the head by adding the fangs. But yeah, there he goes. So he'll be a badass melee powerhouse, which is going to be super sweet. But I have to call it there, ironically, because I'm about to call one of the game shops and see if they have a table to go play. So, if you guys enjoyed watching me build some Tyranids, rock on. You know what? I might actually stream some more Tyranids tomorrow. I got a Hive Crone. I think you can probably actually see it right there. I got a Hive Crone for my birthday, and I've been wanting to modify it and work on it. So maybe we'll do that. Because I call out tomorrow. Just because, I mean, look at this travesty, right? This is the summation of the week, right fucking there. That's the kind of week it's been, man. Right there. Right fucking there. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll work with these guys. Maybe we'll actually do some painting instead, and we'll paint some of the bird dogs. You know, maybe we'll do something like that. You know, since these guys are like griffins and stuff, it'd be cool if I could make these like dragons or something. Actually, you know, it'd be so cool if I could have like dragon ones. That would be really cool. I'll check around the internet tonight, see if I can find dragon heads. Or like griffin heads or something. Yeah. Oh no, indeed. Summing up the week. Right there. Right there. The worst. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm going to go call, see if I can play a game. Look at a painted model that I'm actually working on. There's an idea for a gene stealer. Here's an alternate gene stealer that I'm also, because I'm trying to figure out what colors I want to do. So, there you go. There's some gene stealers. So, alright, I'm out. Have a good one, guys. And thank you for watching me do some little kit bashes to this Tyranid. Anyway, bye. Bye. Keep on keeping on and all that stuff.